The last model of food choice that we'll be looking at is the psychophysiological model. Again, this is from Chapter 3, Food Choice, from the Psychology of Eating by Jane Ogden, published in 2001. The psychophysiological model explains the effect of the senses on food choice, and these could be senses driven by hormones, by sight, odor, and taste, or by stress or other external things that are going on in your life. The two big hormones that we're going to talk about are ghrelin. This is the hunger hormone. It's found in cells in the stomach and the gastrointestinal tract. This is released during certain times throughout the day. So you might notice around noonish, that you start to feel hunger. Those feelings are triggered by the release of this hormone. And that activity is regulated in the hypothalamus area of your brain. That's the area of your brain that keeps your day-to-day functionings regular, like your body temperature and how hungry you are. The other hormone, leptin, is the hormone that causes the feeling of fullness. This hormone is released when you consume enough food to get to the point where you reach an equilibrium, and then the leptin stored in your fat cells is released and you feel full. One interesting study that has been conducted looks at weight loss and weight gain and hormone production. And the more weight you lose, the more ghrelin you produce. So this is often why dieters experience more difficulty controlling their appetite. They are in fact experiencing the feelings you get when you're hungry more often. So more stomach grumbling, just more hunger in general. Next, our food choices are impacted by the effect of sight, odor, and taste of food. And I'm sure you've definitely experienced this one. If it looks good, smells good, or tastes good, you are more likely to eat it. And we learned a little bit about that when we talked about the developmental model of food choice. So often, taste of something or appearance of something, if you feel a positive effect by that look or taste, it's most likely because you have a positive association developed with that food during your early development or over the course of time. From an evolutionary perspective, our brain is hardwired to prefer sweet and salty or fatty tastes. And this helped us back in the day when we were just trying to get by and would spend all day gathering food. We had learned over time that sweet foods gave us an instant energy burst, and salty, fatty foods gave us energy in the long run. So we prefer those foods, and that preference is manipulated often in prepackaged foods and fast foods, like those delicious looking McDonald's fries in the background. Lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about stress and stress eating. It's an interesting area of research, and research continues to this day because there's sort of a paradox. They do know, researchers have found that hormones and other neurochemical levels change when someone's experiencing stressors. It also occurs in mice in experimental situations when they put mice through a stressful situation. They also have neurochemical and hormonal changes happening in their little bodies. What's interesting in both pet mice-driven experiments and ones where people are surveyed, and some people have increased appetites while others have decreased while experiencing stressful situations. So that's an area of research that's still being looked into. Women tend to have increased appetites until they are very stressed, and then appetite decreases. Also, emotional eaters have shown to have increased appetites when stressed.